Argiopoli?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just as a heads up for the speakers, for some most people that are testifying today, it's their first time testifying here at the legislature and the committee, and so when you, the chair, says through the chair, it just means that before you answer, like my question, you say, Madam Chair, and then Senator Gonzalez, and that's all it means. So thank you, appreciate that. Just so that, because I think it's important, I don't like people not to know the procedure here and then get, to me it's kind of, it's just procedure, but it's kind of sounds like a reprimand, and so I just want everybody to know that it's just procedure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Gonzalez. We're trying to be keep everything decent and in order, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to committee.
Greetings, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. My name is SB1138. Some of you may remember me from SB1165. I'm here to talk about SB1138. As a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a girl. I also knew I wanted to be a velociraptor and an alien. I grew out of 2 of 3 of those phases, and statistically, I might have outgrown them all, as most kids experiencing gender dysphoria outgrow this, about 85% of them, and they grow up to be happy, healthy, gay, and lesbian adults. But here I am, I beat the odds anyway. Transitioning in my 20s, the dysphoria was overwhelming, but now it's past, and I gotta say I'm glad I had the freedom to wait and make the decision to transition as an adult with a more mature brain. To my point, we're talking about the disturbing practice of putting kids through cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, irreversible surgeries, all before they can drink, vote, or even get a credit card. And now we know we can't trust their judgment or self-perception because that used to be us. Yet when it comes to gender identity, we're told to trust them unwaveringly. No, I urge you all, let's be responsible and give these kids time to grow up and make the best decisions they can for themselves, and not stand by as psychotic doctors and surgeons salivate over these kids and their misguided suckers of parents / legal guardians who would sign away their rights. I trust this committee will do the right thing and vote yes on SB 1138. So let's get it done. I'm open for questions.
Thank you for your testimony. Senator Rogers.
Madam Chair, thank you. I'm sorry I missed, what age were you at when you transitioned, and how many years led up to that with counseling toward that end?
Madam Chair, Senator Rogers, I transitioned in my 20s, so sort of on and off about the age of 20, but basically to about, I think, the age of 23 or 24. I actually did remove my own testicles, and it's documented, like by myself. It was kind of a harrowing experience. But anyway, I did this because, I had extreme dysphoria, but the thing was, if I had tried to do this as a kid, if I had received this care as a kid, I wouldn't have had that agency. I wouldn't have known better. As it is, it would have been nice to have had medical care, and maybe, honestly, this is an argument for, universal health care, but that's a different debate altogether. Point was, I had the agency as an adult to make this decision. As a child, I wouldn't have. As a child, I was anorexic. And God knows, looking at the trends these doctors are following, they might validate anorexia. So honestly, a lot of this is about body dysmorphia, and I realize there's a disconnect, right? There's a huge disconnect between the brain and the body, and there could be many reasons for this. And not all dysphoria is because you're transgender. Like I said, most kids who experience dysphoria, 85% of them outgrow it and grow up to be healthy, happy, gay, and lesbian adults. And quite frankly, there's an argument for erasure. We're looking at lesbian and gay erasure by transitioning kids, because we're looking at people reinforcing these stereotypes and saying, oh, you like these things that are boy-like or girl-like? Maybe you're a girl, maybe you're a boy. Let's get you fast-tracked on this. And it's dangerous, and it's very easy to get a doctor to certify you on that track, to get you the surgeries and the hormones without really digging any deeper. This is a real problem. And as a trans woman, I see this. All I see is affirmation, validation for people who don't even really need it. Honestly, they need pushback. And I know that that's not fashionable in the LGBT community. You're not supposed to give pushback. You're supposed to only affirm. But some people really need help, and we're not giving it. And if we allow this to continue, we're just going to have a huge epidemic of detransitioners, probably even mass suicides of kids who transition, and they're going to have massive regret, and we're not going to hear back from them. We're not going to hear their stories. Their stories are going to be suppressed from the news. Sorry for the rant.
Thank you for your perspective. I appreciate it. Any other questions? All right. Next is Samuel Cars.